My family, I am really struggling to hold on now. I am only 27 years old today, but I feel like I have tasted all the despair in the world. I have not been able to sleep well for more than 10 days. I am not afraid of you laughing at me. I can't even take out a few 10 yuan bills now. I was once the boss of 4 companies, enjoying unlimited success and prestige. At that time, I was young and energetic, feeling like I could do anything. I started to expand blindly with money in my pocket, dreaming of a big breakthrough. Who could have expected that the epidemic, ignorance, and the deception of friends would ruin everything for me? In recent years, as China's economy continues to deteriorate, the number of ultra-low-income people with a monthly income below 3,500 renminbi has exceeded 600 million, accounting for about half of China's population. As housing prices plummet, the new poor are spreading in major cities such as Shenzhen and Shanghai. They may appear well-dressed, but they live in poverty due to heavy debts. Amid the rapid economic recession, the mainland has entered the collective return to poverty era. Today, we will discuss the topic of China is full of poor people. Recently, the spring semester in the mainland has started. Due to external economic factors, the income level of some families has declined. Coupled with rising tuition fees, some Chinese families are struggling to support their children's college education. A video of a daughter asking her father for tuition fees has been widely circulated on the internet, attracting widespread attention. Although some netizens questioned its authenticity, the financial pressure faced by college students, as reflected in the video, is real. The video shows the daughter telling her father that she needed to pay 7,500 yuan in tuition fees at the start of the school year. She said, "Dad, when are you going to give me my tuition? I've told you several times and the teacher has urged me to pay. I'm the only one in the class who hasn't paid. I'm always the last one to pay, and the teacher always urges me. I have no dignity at all. It's so annoying. Don't I have any self-respect?" The father said, "I'm really in trouble recently. Don't worry, I'll call and borrow some money." After calling his brother to borrow money without success, the father, Anan, turned to his friends. Anan called another friend to borrow money. The friend said, "You borrowed 3,000 yuan from me before and haven't paid it back yet. I didn't ask you to pay it back even though I was in such a difficult situation. Now I am in a difficult situation, you know." Hearing this, Anan said, "Then I will think of a way," and hung up the phone. After hearing the conversation, the daughter became even more emotional. "Do you want me to drop out of school? Am I not going to school?" she asked. Annan replied, "Talk to the teacher and give me a few days to pay the tuition. The sugarcane at home has grown, and we can sell it in a few days to raise the tuition." The daughter argued, "The school is not opened by the teacher, and the teacher is also performing his official duties." Annan continued to comfort her, saying, don't worry, I will find a way for you. I will call your third uncle this afternoon and borrow money from him. I will sell everything I have to raise your tuition." The daughter couldn't listen anymore and said impatiently, "I don't care. I have to get the money today anyway." After the video was exposed, it sparked heated discussions among netizens. Many netizens believed that the content of the video reflected the financial difficulties faced by some college students and sympathized with the father's situation. Some netizens questioned the authenticity of the video, thinking it might be a joke, but many others believed that regardless of whether the video was true or false, such families were not uncommon in real life. In addition to tuition fees, the daily living expenses of college students are also rising, especially in first-tier and second-tier cities. The cost of rent, food, transportation, etc. is a significant challenge for families with weaker financial conditions. My daughter was admitted to a 985 university, and I lost all her tuition money. I am too ashamed to face her. I opened a barbecue restaurant 2 years ago, but lost all my money. I mortgaged my house, and now I don't even dare to calculate how much I owe. When my daughter started school last year, I had not yet gathered enough tuition. I couldn't stop her from going to school just because I couldn't pay. At that time, thanks to a relative's introduction, I was able to take a flash delivery job. I worked throughout the summer vacation to gather the tuition. Now I have been working for more than a year, constantly running deliveries, supporting my daughter's education, and paying off debts. My only wish now is for my daughter to study hard, find a good job after graduation, and not end up like me. After going to college, you will find that only about 50% of families can easily support a college student, while many others struggle significantly. Do you know how much it costs to put a child through college? Let's do the math, using public universities as an example. First, the tuition fee, 5,500 yuan per year, 21,000 yuan for 4 years. Accommodation costs 800 yuan per year, totaling 3,200 yuan over 4 years. Second, the biggest expense is living costs. At 1,500 yuan per month for 10 months each year, that totals 60,000 yuan over 4 years. A mobile phone and a computer are necessities in college. You can't always rely on your roommates. A mobile phone costs 2,000 to 3,000 yuan, a computer costs 5,000 to 6,000 yuan, adding up to at least 8,000 yuan. If your child attends college in another province, round-trip travel expenses will also be significant, about 5,000 yuan over 4 years. Other expenses, such as materials, clothing, a driver's license, travel, etc., will cost at least 20,000 yuan over 4 years. In total, supporting a college student through 4 years of education can cost hundreds of thousands of yuan. For an ordinary family, this is a significant financial burden. If your child is in a relationship during college or attends a private university, the expenses will be even higher. This is just the cost of finishing college. If you add the cost of elementary school, junior high school, and high school, it will be at least 100,000 yuan. So we must understand the difficulties our parents face and make the most of the best 4 years of our lives. In October last year, the China Social Security Society published an article on its WeChat public account. According to China's 2023 Individual Tax Clearance Data Report, it analyzed the income status of various social groups and estimated that the low-income group, with a monthly income of less than 3,500 yuan, exceeds 600 million people, while those earning an annual salary of more than 1 million yuan are much fewer. He Jiangbing, a well-known Chinese financial scholar, believes that the article is based on official reports, so the numbers are relatively conservative. China's actual low-income population is believed to be much higher than the figures in the article. He said, "This is a pyramid-shaped society with very few high-income people and a vast number of low-income people. This social structure is very unhealthy and unstable. Whether poor or rich, now they are collectively returning to poverty, and there is no hope at all." In December 2023, the China Social Security Society published an article on its official website titled, "There are about 964 million people in my country with a monthly income below 2,000 yuan, citing the China Income Distribution Annual Report 2021, which was jointly released by the National Development and Reform Commission of the Communist Party of China and Beijing Normal University. The report showed that 600 million people in China have a monthly income of 1,090 yuan, accounting for 43% of the national population, while the number of people with a monthly income below 2,000 yuan is as high as 964 million. Many people post videos on TikTok, often claiming that someone they know earns over $1 million a year, as if making money is particularly easy and there are many rich people. But in reality, there are not that many high-income earners. In recent years, as China's economy has declined and housing prices have plummeted, new poor people have emerged in major cities such as Beijing and Shanghai. They own houses and cars and appear well-dressed, but they are heavily in debt, some owing millions or even tens of millions. They have to repay massive debts every month and have even fallen into the embarrassing situation of not being able to make ends meet due to a sharp drop in income.
China's layoffs are spreading nationwide. Young men and women living on the streets. The continuing economic downturn has caused a wave of unemployment to spread across all social classes, and China's youth are struggling to make ends meet, with the number of unemployed youth exceeding 30 million, and the government having little chance of finding a viable solution. The middle-aged have been laid off and are unable to find work. They are burdened with mortgages and car loans and lament, "It is difficult for middle-aged people to find jobs during these difficult times." According to statistics from the beginning of 2025, the unemployment rate for young people aged 16 to 24 in urban areas across the country, excluding students, was 19.8%. Mainland media estimated the number of unemployed young people to be between 30 million and 40 million. The number of candidates taking the 2025 China National Civil Service examination hit a new record high, exceeding 3.25 million. Among them, 16,702 applied for just one position as Chief Secretary of the Liaison Committee of the China Vocational Education Association. In the past, many large factories and production lines settled in Shenzhen and Guangdong, China, creating a large number of job opportunities for the local area and making Shenzhen the third largest city after Beijing and Shanghai. However, the economic situation in Shenzhen and Guangzhou has now worsened, with a large number of people sleeping on the streets and in front of train stations. Official figures released by the Communist Party of China show that the number of newly registered unemployed residents in Shenzhen in the first quarter of this year increased by 40% compared to the same period last year, and by 15% compared to the fourth quarter of last year. According to the South China Morning Post, these unemployment statistics may be incomplete, as many laid-off workers have not been recorded or reported, so the official number of unemployed may only represent a portion of the total unemployed population. Furthermore, according to the 2024 College Student Employment Research Report released by China's Xi'an recruitment platform, as of mid-April, only 45% of graduates had received unofficial job notices. Guangdong University of Technology conducted a survey of this year's graduates and found that the employment rate was only 41%. In other words, as many as 60% of graduates are unemployed. Recently, a video went viral on Chinese social media showing a large number of people sleeping in the square in front of Longhua bus station in Shenzhen, Guangdong. There were even children sleeping on the streets. Chinese netizens believe that most of these people came from the countryside to the city to find work, but because job opportunities are currently scarce and they don't have the extra money to stay in simple hotels, they can only sleep on the streets and wait for job opportunities to appear. In addition, some netizens pointed out that a similar scene actually occurred early last year, and this tragic situation has increased significantly this year. When thinking of young people, people think of vitality and fashion, but as the Chinese economy continues to decline, many young people are sleeping on the streets because they cannot find jobs. In fact, the number of young people sleeping on the streets has increased in recent years as the Chinese economy continues to decline. Many factories in Guangdong have closed, and many people have lost their jobs and have been forced to temporarily live on the streets. China's economic depression has left a large number of middle-aged people unemployed. It's too difficult. Many unemployed middle-aged people in China have posted videos on social platforms, sharing their struggles after losing their jobs, which resonated with netizens. Netizen Xiaolong posted a video saying that he was 36 years old and had been unemployed for more than a year. He used to work at an insurance company, handling software implementation and other tasks. After losing his job, he has not found a suitable position. To pay off his mortgage, he can only work as a food delivery driver and set up a stall selling grilled sausages. Xiaolong said in a video, "Being unemployed in middle age is so painful. I've started feeling anxious again and don't know what to do. Some time ago, I stayed up late at night to set up a stall or run deliveries. After a long time, I found that I couldn't get up in the morning and felt dizzy in the afternoon, especially when I was halfway through a delivery. Then I couldn't sleep at night." He said he had been taking medicine for days, but he was still dizzy and worried that his body wouldn't be able to handle it if this continued. Netizen Serving a Good Man shared his anxiety in a video after being laid off by a large company. He has been unemployed for half a year, his savings have run out, and he no longer dares to go out and socialize. He wonders if he has become a complete failure. In his latest video, Serving a Good Man faced the dilemma of selling his house. His wife complained that they had no money, couldn't borrow any, and couldn't afford the mortgage anymore, so she wanted to sell the house. He told his wife that if they sold the house, he might never be able to buy another one in his lifetime. His wife was also helpless, saying that even affording food was now a problem, let alone buying a house. And even if they wanted to sell the house, it wouldn't sell immediately. Netizen Chun-ji, working hard, posted a video saying that she was 45 years old, unemployed in middle age, with elderly parents and children to support, but she had no choice but to keep going and didn't know where to turn. She choked up in front of the camera, saying that after being laid off, it took her a month to adjust before she dared to go out again. That month felt like a year. She couldn't sleep at night and lived in constant anxiety. Half of her hair turned white, and her weight dropped from 60 kilograms to 49 kilograms. It has been a month since I was laid off. I don't dare to go anywhere or tell my relatives and friends. I feel ashamed. I never expected to be laid off after working hard at the company for 20 years. I still feel unwilling to accept it, Chun-ji said. I worked diligently day and night for 20 years, only to end up owing the bank more than 2 million yuan for a pile of steel and concrete that I can't even sell. My car has been driven for over 10 years and is worth very little. School starts in September, and I haven't even gathered my children's tuition fees yet. Netizen Ye Xiaoye said in a video that her husband has been unemployed for 2 years. He has a degree from a prestigious 211 and 985 university, yet he still can't find a job. She lamented, "Being unemployed in middle age is truly terrifying. We bought our house at a high price in 2019. The mortgage and car loans are overwhelming. When will this end?" In another video, Ye Xiaoye cried to netizens, "Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to survive now because I lost my job in November. First, my husband lost his job, and now I have too. It's said that many large companies will lay off employees in 2024, but I never thought I would be one of them. And now, the new year is approaching. In the morning, I happily sent my children to school, but in the afternoon, my boss announced that the company was in decline and my job was over as of today. I instantly felt my scalp go numb." She said, "I'm really panicking. After the new year, I will be 35. It's incredibly difficult for people our age to find jobs. The jobs available are neither high nor low, and they don't match our experience. I've been submitting resumes for a month now, but I still haven't found anything. I don't know how long I can last if I remain unemployed. Until now, it has been a month, and I still haven't dared to tell my parents. They are farmers, and I'm afraid they wouldn't be able to accept it at all." Netizen Agassi said that he was once a well-known real estate executive. He posted a video saying, "I'm 38 years old and was laid off from my real estate company. I've been job hunting for 2 months. I have a mortgage of nearly 2 million yuan and 2 children in school. The layoff has completely disrupted my stable life. I originally thought that after 3 years of the pandemic, things would turn around. I never expected it would get harder to make money each year, while expenses only kept rising." Agassi has submitted no fewer than 1,000 resumes on several job recruitment websites, but at his age, the only available positions are as a delivery man or a driver. His wife wanted to sell their house and return to their hometown. But selling a house isn't that simple, and they still have to struggle to survive in the meantime.